Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. This is Kay, back at it with another Kay Cooking. Today I got a special treat for you. We're gonna have honey barbecue spicy chicken cooked in the oven. No frying today. And instead of having french fries, we're gonna bake some honey gold bite-sized potatoes. Look at these beauties. Aren't they beautiful? We're going to bake these, and we're going to also bake the chicken. This way, it's a healthier affair, plus delicious. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so for the chicken, I'm going to put a little seasoning salt. Season it up real good. Take a little pepper, just like that, and just a tad of sea salt. There we go. Season it up pretty good. I'm gonna move these beauties to the side for now. And then what you wanna do, you wanna oil your pan. Don't use any nonstick oil in your nonstick pan. Always go with a little vegetable oil, virgin oil, olive oil, or my favorite, corn oil. Okay? So then we're going to put our chicken in. Just like that. Spread them out. Put them in. Just like this. Okay. So you just can't season one side of your chicken because then you're going to taste one side of the flavor. So I'm going to add a little bit more seasoning, just like that. Just a little bit more sea salt. Just a tad of seasoning salt. And I would say these are ready to go in the oven. So I'm going to take a little foil, put over it, like so. Boom. Put those in the oven. Now, here's the thing what I want to do. Since I'm baking two different things, I want to start my chicken off 15 minutes before I get started with my potatoes. The potatoes is going to go in 15 minutes after the chicken got started. So let's set this for 15 minutes. Just getting started. We're going to set it for 15 minutes. I want the chicken, however, to bake for an hour. And I want my potatoes to bake for about 45 minutes. Now, I'm not done there. Once my chicken has baked for 45 minutes to an hour, let's say an hour, then I'm going to take it out, take my potatoes out, and then I'm going to broil my barbecue sauce on my wings. So I'm going to cook in those sauces into that meat. And it's just going to be beautiful, and it's just going to be delicious. You know, I can take a bowl and just, shuffle it around, but I want to cook that barbecue sauce into that chicken. It's going to have a restaurant type taste to it as well, as a look. Okay, so now that I got the chicken going, what I'm using is a honey gold bite-sized potato. And they look like this. Aren't those beautiful? Okay. So, once we get this, we're going to turn this around like so. Just like that. Put that there. Okay. And maybe I can kind of tilt it in a little. Like so. Come in a little little bit more like that. Okay, I think we should be okay. All right, so now I got my non-stick pan ready for my potatoes. I take the cut up potatoes because we're not going with fried anything today. Even though I love me some French fries, but you know I want to eat a healthier fare. But it's gonna be just as though I'm frying everything because this is gonna come out just as crispy. Okay. So first thing I want to do is take my measuring cup. I like to use corn oil. So then I'm going to take a little corn oil, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to just pour it over it, just like that. And then what I want to do is just mix it up, like so. Just like that. You want to get the oil all over the potatoes, okay? The next thing you want to do, you want to put a little salt, just like that. You know, put some salt. Just move this guy out of the way. Put a little pepper, like that. And then we mix everything up. There we go. Mix it up. Mix it up good. Like that. Everything is looking good. See that? Look how beautiful that is. And then all we're going to do is just lay it on our tray. Just like this. No arm, no valve. Boom. There it is. That's all we got to do. Lay it just like that. Maybe you want to spin them over a little. Like that. Wow. Isn't that beautiful? Look how beautiful that is. That is just amazing. Okay, so then we're going to turn it back over to the oven. Okay, now we're not ready for this yet. So we're going to give this a few minutes. Let that do its thing. I know I got a napkin around here somewhere. So we're going to let this cook for another 15 minutes. Before we put these beauties in, and I'll be back in 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm back. So, what we need to do now, we're going to make a little sauce for our chicken. I might as well do it while I'm waiting on everything. Oh, made a little mess. What I did was I shook it up, and whenever you shake something up, expect it to explode on you. So we're going to leave that like that for now. Okay? And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to add just a little lemon juice. Just a little lime juice. Like that. I'm going to add some Louisiana honey hot sauce to give me a little spice. Just put a little in there. I like a little hot sauce. Okay? And then the barbecue sauce that I used was a Sweet Baby Ray honey barbecue sauce. Okay? Now, once we do that, just mix everything up good. Just like that. Get everything nice and mixed up. Look how good that looks. I think I better add just a little bit more barbecue sauce. So we'll just put a little bit more. If I can get it out of there, it went all over the floor. At least it could try to not. It should shoot in the bowl for me. I mean, it shot all over the floor. Why not shoot in the bowl? Okay. So then we just, mix it up like so, like that. Okay. And put that to the side. And I'm going to clean this up. Let's kind of get this up off the floor because I know what I'm going to do is eventually step on it. And then what I'm gonna do is make even a bigger mess. Okay? So we get all this mess up. Just like so. Okay, so I kind of cleaned up my mess a little, and it's time to put the potatoes in. There we go. So now what we're going to do, we're going to let this cook for another 45 minutes. Okay, so I'll see you in 1, 2, 3.
And the lake just dried out.
Okay, let's take a look, see how we're doing in here.
It's all coming up at 6.
As you can see, everything is cooking just like we need it, and we give it another 35 minutes.
Because there's nothing left. Russia has
So when you're
already destroyed
baking
it.
your chicken, again, always allow for about an hour for it to bake, to get it as tender as you want the meat. And then for the potatoes, you can let that cook anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. Well, I try to keep it around, for the potatoes, anywhere from 45 minutes to 50 minutes, and the chicken at least an hour. And then once I get everything where they need to be in the oven, then we're going to pull the potatoes out, let them sit to the side, and then we're going to broil the chicken for 5 minutes. And then the rest is all just good eating.
Today,
okay.
The messages came through all at once.
Okay, let's take a look at the chicken, see how the chicken is doing. As you can see, everything is cooking up well. So, we got enough oil in the pan. And another thing, if I forgot to mention, always set the oven when you're baking. You can set it to 425 is what I had my oven set at. I set it at 425. This way, it'll cook a little bit faster. But, chicken, if you want it tender, you just have to let it do its own thing. And that's the chicken right there. So let's just, so I got enough fluid in here, liquid. So we're good there. And I just wanted to check to make sure. And again, like I say, never use non-stick spray, that is, in a non-stick pan. Because what you'll do, you'll mess your pan up. So we'll put the chicken back in there. And then, we'll make sure that our potatoes aren't sticking. And the potatoes look good too. Okay, so everything looks good. And we have another 23 minutes to go. Okay, let's see how we're doing. Hopefully my TV isn't too loud over there. Okay, the potatoes look good. Everything is looking good. We're almost there. Okay, let's take a look at the potatoes. I had sampled one of them, and these are ready. So I'm gonna say for the miniature potatoes, you may only want to cook these, say, 45 minutes. 45 minutes should be more than enough. Okay, put a little sea salt, just like that. And if you don't like a lot of salt, don't put any. Okay, we'll be pulling that chicken out in another 10 minutes. Okay, let's take a look at the chicken. Everything looks good. Everything is just like I need it to be. And so I'm going to shut this off. And if you can look at the chicken is nice and tender. So it's a candidate for the sauce now, and we're gonna broil it. So I'm gonna remove the foil, just like that. And then I'm gonna bring these beauties in a little closer, like so. What I want to do is, because I don't want this to, I don't want it to start sticking to the pan. So let's take the chicken out for now. We're gonna take the chicken out just like that. Take it out. The chicken is ready. Take the chicken out like that, and then I'm gonna wash the pan. Okay, so the pan is nice and clean. Plus, I'll put a little corn oil in it to help it out a little, keep it from sticking. So the next thing I want to do is take a little rosemary. Just put a little rosemary on it. Just a little. Give it a little extra seasoning. Put a little rosemary, just like that. No, you don't have to go crazy with it. Okay? The next thing I want to do, now it's time for my sauce. And again, I use some sweet Baby Ray sauce with honey in it. And then I kind of put my own little spin on it. I put a little Honey BBQ hot sauce and some lemon juice and some lime juice. Okay? So now we can take the chicken out. I got the broiler going. So all I need to do now is get my chicken ready. Boy, am I hungry. All I had today was breakfast. And lately I've been doing that. I just been eating just breakfast and dinner, and really not eating any lunch, which is good because I'm trying to lose some weight. And to do that, I have to kind of cut back on some things, mainly food. Okay, so put that in there. This is just gonna be so delicious, once it comes out of the broiler. I love my broiler. I bought a friend a stove, and to my surprise, the broiler was all the way at the bottom. It's like, how does this work? And had I known that, I wouldn't have bought that oven, because what do you have to do? Get on your knees to use it? That's crazy. I mean, who thought of that? Well, look like I'm out of sauce. So we're just gonna have to do it right here. Okay? Sit that to the side. And let's taste it. See how it tastes. Really good. You can eat this like this. This is delicious. That chicken was delicious. I mean, the meat was literally coming off the bone. That's how tender and juicy it was. So, cook it for about, you want to cook it for about an hour, your wings. No longer than that. Okay, now, we're going to let this broil. Let's go with 4 minutes starting out to see what happens. Okay, I think we're done. So, here's my golden baked potatoes, and I put some rosemary on it. I put a little salt and pepper, and let's try one. Delicious. And if you want to heat them back up, just put them in the microwave for a few minutes. I would say probably 25 seconds or something. Not a long time. And you should be good to go. Okay, so let's take the chicken out. The star of the show. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That is just so beautiful. Look how the the barbecue sauce is just melted into the chicken. That's just going to be some really good eating. So, now, let's make the plate. I gotta make sure I don't mess up my stove. You know, I got a problem with that. Just constantly making a mess over here with the stove, which is giving me more than enough work to do. Okay? So now, look at that. There you go. You got baked potatoes with baked chicken that's also broiled. So we're gonna just spin this around just like that. Just like that. And try to get in a little closer. Just like so. Okay? Hopefully my phone don't drop on the floor. And the only thing you need now is a sparkling water to top off your meal. And you're good to go. So I just want to thank everyone for joining me on this journey on cooking my famous barbecue baked broiled chicken. Bon appetit.